Whoever is reading this, please send help. All my friends are dead. Unless something happens, I will join them soon.
Oh, nah.
It all started when school closed for the summer. We had just graduated from high school, so the guys and I decided to celebrate by going on a fun summer vacation.
Those are
Miguel
crazy,
suggested
bro.
a resort in South America. Dudes, there's a resort in my village. It's got booze, sandy beaches, babes, you name it. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Miguel was my best friend. We'd known each other since junior high. Plus, the resort was at the island he grew up in, so I figured I could take his word for it. The following week, I, Miguel, his girlfriend Anna, and 2 other classmates boarded a private plane for the trip. Everything was going great, but out of the blue, a freak thunderstorm started. The turbulence was so terrible that we screamed and cried.
You could barely see me, nigga.
Things grew worse when we lost one of the engines. Yet, miraculously, we managed to crash land on an airstrip close to the resort. Is everyone all right? Just a few bumps and bruises, but I'll live. I might need a fresh pair of pants, though.
Nigga done shit
Anna
himself.
was hurt. She had dislocated her shoulder. We applied first aid to it, hoping to get her to a doctor once we reached town. Even more concerning was that the plane was totaled during the accident. It would need several days to be fixed, and until then, we had no choice but to stay on the island. I didn't know it then, but things were about to get much worse. We took a bus from the airfield to Miguel's village, where the resort was. On our way to the resort, I noticed creepy scarecrows hung on poles in different sections leading up to town. Each one of them eerily similar to actual human bodies.
Oh, hell
Even more
no,
terrifying, some of them had some sort of black liquid oozing from their sides. Miguel explained what they were. The village folks put it up. They believe it wards off evil spirits. They're all made of straw and held together with tree sap. It's nothing to worry about.
Fuck no.
My friends, Matt and Damien, took pictures with their cell phones. I was so freaked out, I couldn't even look at them. Finally, after what seemed like forever, we arrived at the resort. The staff showed us to our rooms. I couldn't help noticing that we were the only tourists at the resort. As a matter of fact, the place looked deserted. I tried asking one of the staff members about it, but he gave me a cold, piercing stare and just walked away. What the hell's going on? Where is everyone? I just spoke with the manager that runs the place. It turns out there's a festival in the village this weekend, so most businesses are closed.
I'll tell you, I bet you that nigga Miguel on some type of bullshit, bro.
Even the beaches are closed.
I want to go home.
Miguel managed to calm Anna down, but everyone was a little bummed by the turn of events. Suddenly, we heard some strange music coming from the streets below. The festival that Miguel mentioned had begun. Hoping the festivities would cheer us up a bit, we quickly took to the streets. The sight we saw immediately made us wish we hadn't. A dead body, freshly embalmed and robed in chiefly attire, was on full display for all to see. A group of young men carried his casket on their shoulders, and a procession of village people followed them. Some cheered and danced. Others wailed hysterically and cut themselves with knives and machetes. Each member of the parade had a skull face painting. All over the streets were the rotten, festering bodies of dead relatives. Each one had been dressed up in everyday attire and propped on chairs as though they were alive. The sight was so shocking I almost lost my breakfast. What is all this? It's a burial procession for the village chief. He passed away a few days ago. Just when I thought things couldn't get any creepier, they immediately did. The procession stopped abruptly and everyone turned towards us. They began chanting violently in a strange language as they approached us. Miguel? What's going on? I'm not sure, but we need to get back inside now. I and the others quickly ran back into the resort, only to find no one there. All the staff, including the manager, was gone. I ran up to my room and found something so terrifying it gave me goosebumps. Someone had hacked a chicken to death in all of our rooms and had sprinkled the blood everywhere. Miguel's girlfriend had a panic attack. The rest of us had had enough. That's it! We're leaving! I don't care if we have to wait at the airstrip for a few days. I'm not staying here another minute! I screamed to Miguel, blood pounding in my ears. I went to get my bags, but they were nowhere to be found. Before I could gripe about that, all hell broke loose. Chanting noises grew louder and louder. We looked out the balcony and saw that the villagers were now in the resort. They were yelling and screaming. Each one was brandishing machetes, knives, and pitchforks.
Oh
I don't know what's happening, but I will deal with this. All of you hide. Miguel yelled out to us
Miguel about to
as the
die.
villagers entered the reception. We hid behind a desk close by so we could watch what was happening. Miguel's voice was quiet and muffled. I couldn't hear what he said, but suddenly, one of the men walked up to him and plunged a butcher's knife right into his shirt.
Oh, shit.
His body flopped around helplessly as the rest of the mob dragged him away.
No!
Anna yelled in shock and drew their attention to us. Run! Everyone run! I screamed, and we all made a run for it. I dragged Anna by the hand as we ran. Matt slipped and fell. I could only glance
Yeah, that
in
nigga dead.
horror as I saw them pin
Good
him to the ground
God,
with a
bro.
pitchfork. Damien ran off in the opposite direction, and they went after him. Anna and I made our way to the beach next to the resort. Luckily, a small fishing boat was floating at the dock. I got onto the boat and dragged Anna with me.
No! We can't go! What about the others?
We have to get help. If we stay here, we're dead. I hot-wired the boat and we set sail just as the rest of the villagers arrived on the beach.
Damn,
We
fool.
sailed as fast as we could until the mob was out of sight. I heaved a sigh of relief, glad that we had escaped. Suddenly, I felt a sharp pain on the back of my head.
What the fuck?
Then I lost consciousness.
Yo, what is she
When I
doing?
finally came around, I found myself at a shrine tied to a wooden stake, like a lamb to the slaughter. I looked around me and saw that my friends were dead. All of them, except for Miguel and Anna. The two stood with the villagers, chanting and howling
What the fuck is going on? Bro.
like demons from hell.
Nah, bro.
Miguel? What's going on? What happened? I'm sorry, it's not personal.
Bro, I
My people
kn-
need to sacrifice
I
a foreigner
knew
to
that nigga
honor
was
our
on some
dead
shit,
chief
bro.
and ward off evil spirits. It's my job to provide them with the sacrifices they need. That's why I had to trick you all and bring you here. Anna was in on it the whole time. Her job is to make sure that you don't leave the island. How could you do this
I
to me?
knew that nigga was
I
on
thought
some
we were
shit.
best friends. We are best friends. That's why you're still alive. I've pleaded with them not to harm you as long as possible, but I can't say what will happen when I leave. With those last words, Miguel
That's
left.
crazy.
I couldn't believe what was happening. I watched in horror as they stuffed my dead friends into bags and turned them into scarecrows, knowing that unless something happens, I will be next.